Hey everyone, this is April Mason with April Mason Inc. And I'm here in sunny California today. Actually, I'm in my backyard enjoying all of the scenery and the trees and everything. And I'm here because I am setting up another location in the state of California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. To all my ATL people, I love y'all, and your girl will be back. I'm doing some more awesome events so that I can empower you, to encourage and equip you to get to that next place, because that's my job. But I'm here in California right now, setting up my empire. And, I had to think, what? God has really been good based upon where I came from. So I want to tell you a little bit about my upcoming Turn Your Pain into Profit event that I have coming up. And what I'm doing now is a direct result of me doing just that, turning my pain into profit. I'm going to take my glasses off for a minute. Might get a little too bright for me, so I'm going to put it back on, so please don't get offended. But listen, a little bit more about me for those of you that don't know me. Like I said, my name is April Mason, and I own April Mason Inc. We are a company that specializes in helping people become whole all the way around, from business to your spiritual spirit man, as well as in your relationships. So we bring you products that can empower, encourage, and equip you in all areas of your life. I started my first business with $50 from a welfare check, living in a shelter. I had 3 kids by the time I was 23. I dealt with molestation from the age of 5 to 17. I dealt with all kinds of other stuff like rape. I think I just said domestic violence, low self-esteem. My self-esteem was so low, honey. It was so low you couldn't even walk on it. But no value, no self-worth. I didn't know who I was. My whole life had become one big chaotic mess. And one day, I had a moment where I said, you know what? There has to be more than life than this. And not even realize what I was doing, but inside I made a solid decision that I can't live like this. I lived in the shelter with my 3 children at the Richmond Rescue Mission in California, and I moved across the street to the transitional house. So I know what it means to be homeless. I know what it means to live in your car. I know what it means to have your lights, gas, and water turned off, no food in the house when you have children. I even know what it means to not even have enough money to go buy a roll of toilet tissue. Now, I'm just saying, I mean, yeah, maybe it's just me and I'm just telling my story, but I know, some of you out there can identify with that. But it wasn't until I made the solid decision to say, you know what, there has to be something more than this. Long story short, I took $50 from the welfare check in my in the shelter that I was living in. And from there, I went on and started a gift basket business pretty much from the shelter. Then I finally got an apartment. Long story, but I finally got an apartment, got a job and all those good things. And God blessed me to where I was able to move to Atlanta. This huge faith move. If you don't have my book, Broken But Not Bound, The Making of Me, you got to get it because it tells the whole faith story. How I moved to Atlanta with $300, 3 kids, a suspended license, no insurance, and a set of keys to a house that I wasn't sure was there that somebody over the internet gave me. Yeah, sound crazy, but it's the truth. So you got to go get that. But I took all of that and my trials and things that I went through, and I turned them into a platform for myself to be able to help other people. I know what it's like being a single mom and the child support checks ain't coming through. I know what it means to not be able to buy your child a $10 toy, because if you spend that $10, you won't have anything else to help you buy some bread and some lunch meat or whatever the case may be. Trust me, I've been there and I've done that. I'm no different than anybody else. I just happen to make a solid decision to say it has to be more to that. And I invested $50 in myself. Yes, it was from a welfare check, and I probably should have been doing something else with that money, but I took a chance on me, and I invested $50 from the welfare check, and that $50 went on to help me build my empire. I started writing. People started actually asking me, April, how did you start your gift basket business? Because I started it in California, from the shelter and then from home. But I moved to Atlanta and God blessed me to where I was open up a store. So I own my own retail gift basket store. Long story short, start getting people asking me all over the country, how did you do it? How did you do it? So I wrote an ebook. Well, that was in 2004. To this day, I still sell that same ebook, and I still get tons of sales on how to cash in with your gift basket business all year round. So I still make money off of that one product. And once I understood people will pay for information, I start allowing my experiences that I've gone through in my life to pay me. Whole title of this webinar, Turn Your Pain into Profit. I've been booked to travel nationally and internationally all over this country telling my story. I haven't worked on a job in 10 years. I don't know what a cubicle looks like. I think a cubicle is a sin for me. I can't do the cubicle. But I went out and I started telling my story more and more and more, and people start seeing me more and more and more, to where I had so many bookings that I even had to turn people down because they wanted to hear my story of how did you overcome being molested and raising 3 kids on your own and living in a shelter and being homeless and dealing with domestic violence, dealing with rape and all of those things. People started booking me to come and talk. But of course, I didn't know what to charge them. I just wanted to say, I just want to be a blessing to everybody. And while I was being a blessing to everybody, my lights were still getting ready to be turned off. So I had to learn to get what I was worth. I'm coming in and I'm bringing restoration. I'm encouraging and empowering people. Well, sister want to eat a little something too. So I had to realize that, April, wait a minute. You're onto something. People will actually pay you and pay you well to come and speak. One of my recent speaking engagements, I think it was like a $10,000 engagement, and they bought several hundreds of 100 of my books as well, and all they did was see me on a YouTube video. It wasn't anything that I did or I tried to submit something to. I've never done that, but I understand how to create a platform. So in all of that I said, I wanted to tell you that if you're a speaker, or you aspire to be a speaker, an author, an entrepreneur, whatever it is, or you have a story that you want to tell that can help someone else overcome, Turn Your Pain into Profit is the webinar for you. Because in this, I'm going to give you all of my secrets that I used, and all of the stuff that I don't want you to do because I bumped my head several times. I'm going to give you my 10 years of experience in 4 weeks. And you're going to learn everything that I know when it comes to turning your story into a paycheck. Let me just read a little bit about what you're going to get. You're going to get what you must put in your speaker agreement and your rider. It's so important, people, that your rider and contract is so on point. I'm going to give you some funny stories of some situations that I had to deal with. I'm going to give you the best free strategies to packing out your own event every single time. My events have always been packed out, and trust me, I didn't spend a whole lot of money on marketing to do so. How to set up your business, your speaker business, within 30 days. I mean, it doesn't take all day. You already got the story and the passion. It's time for you to get paid for it. How to launch your, how to charge for your event. How to start where you are and use what you have. You might think, well, I don't have all of these things that you have, April. I don't have access. You have access to everything that I have access. You just start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. It's once I explain all of this to you, you're going to sit back and be like, girl, I love you so much, because I'm going to give you my secrets, my graphic designers, how I get things done on a very, very small budget, because there's so many free resources that are out there. You're also going to learn how to sell your consulting services. What I learned is once I teach a workshop, people always ask me for one-on-one coaching. I'm going to show you how to package that as well too, how to brand yourself as the leading authority in your industry. That is so important. Branding yourself as the leading authority in your industry. How to cash in on backroom sales. There's been events where I've gone and I didn't charge them to come, but I turned around and still made $8,000 to $10,000, $15,000 in the back room selling my product. So I'm going to show you all of those secrets as well too. You're going to get how to price your product, how to choose a location for your event, which is very important, how to create supporting products that sell. If you haven't ever created a product, you're going to learn how to create your very first product, and you're going to create that product within 30 days. Bottom line. The formula to writing a book quickly. Now, there's a formula that I have that I put together that's allowed me to write 5 books, and I wrote them pretty quickly, and I'm going to show you my formula for that. How to create a 6-figure income telling your story. I mean, everybody has a story, and your story is there to bless someone. God has entrusted you with a set of people, put my glasses back on, with a set of people that only you can empower. I can't get to them. Others can't get to them. God said these people are for you. So there are people waiting on you, waiting to hear your story. But you're not stepping out and walking in it. So now you're holding up other people. So now you're held accountable. You don't want God to hold you accountable for that, do you? So you'll be learning all of my techniques of how to make this really, really pop off for you in a very short amount of time. And for those of you that are really serious, like really, really, really serious, I threw in an extra week, an extra bonus week. And it's all about how to establish credit for your business. My background is in commercial finance. When I worked in corporate America, that's what I did. I was the lady that approved your credit application or denied it. Well, I know the back ends of that, and I understand how important it is to establish business credit in the name of your corporation or your business. It's so important. So what I'm going to do on that bonus week, I'm going to give you all the ins and outs to establish credit for your business. One of the ways business credit really helped my business was when I got my first $60,000 airline account. Yes, there's a credit card, not a credit card that you got to go through a specific bank to get, but there is a credit card out there strictly for airlines. You can use it with any airline. When we fly, we have our own personal business travel manager, and we just have so many amenities that come with it. It's just ridiculous. Make you feel all special. We did that, and it helped me for those engagements where I wanted to go and speak, but they may not necessarily had a budget to fly me in. Okay, I flew myself in, but I got 30 to 60 days to pay for that. But when I want to do direct bill, when it came to booking a location for my event, well, you don't always want to have to use cash up front. But if your business credit is good, you can now book that event ahead of time and don't have to pay for it to maybe a month prior. But that gives you time to generate sales. Rental car accounts, uh, what do you call it? Department stores, because you got to look right. You are the brand. You got to look right. Department stores. I mean, even down to your jewelry. You want everything to be right because you are the brand. And I'm going to show you how I've been able to make my business work and create such a large empire for myself as a speaker and using business credit as well as putting on my own events. I didn't wait for anybody to give me a platform. I created my own. So if this is for you, and I know it's something on the inside of you just saying that this is for me. I'm raising my hand. I got to do this. It's important to me. It's important to my family. I have to make this happen. Then head on over to Turn Your Pain into Profit and invest in yourself today. And I promise you'll be glad you did. You can also listen to the testimonials of others that went through the Turn Your Pain into Profit course last year. I won't be doing it again this year, so this is your only opportunity to get in on it live. So turnyourpainintoprofit.com. I'm April Mason, and I'm here to empower, encourage, and equip you and get you on the road to living the lifestyle that you were designed actually to live. And if you look at where our economy is now, it's either you're rich or you're poor. The middle class is getting ready to be, or is pretty much obsolete. Which one will you be in? Which class will you be in? The rich or the poor? It's up to you. But I'll tell you right now, if you have a story and a dynamic story, which most of us all do, it's there to help you make a living for yourself. Our gift is to honor God, help others, and help us become financially secure. That is what our giftings are. So you've been a blessing to people, and people have been receiving from you. You've been pouring out, but then you still don't have anything to show for it because you're still struggling. Time out for that. You can still be a blessing to others while you're also being a blessing to yourself. I'm April Mason, and I hope to see you on October 16th from any phone, computer, anywhere. Turn your pain into profit. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.